Hello, this is Nature Nerd 1000, and today I'm going to talk about my newest Conlang and teach you how to write an Intergalactic Space Code. So, Intergalactic Space Code was a code designed by early explorers, well, in a nearby future, I guess, that were exploring space. And basically, they realized that the phonetic alphabet, the International Phonetic Alphabet, and the English alphabet was a problem, because basically when their ship went upside down and to side and diagonal and stuff, it was hard and confusing to read the letters. So basically they designed a symmetric system designed so you can read easily upside down or backwards or pretty much any direction. And yeah, I'm going to teach you that. So we start off with A, basically a circle with a symmetrical cross. It goes on the outside. Next we go to B, which is again, and keep in mind you can't use certain lines in more than once at different angles due to the factor of like being diagonal and upside down and stuff. Then this is B, and as you can see, if you flip this upside down you can read it easily. Next we have C, which is also 0. And then you put a symmetrical X that extends outside this. Then you have D, which is basically 4 lines inside this. And as you can see, once again, if you flip this from side in any different direction, it's easy to read due to its symmetric system. So next we have E, which is just a symmetrical square. This is a blank square. Then we have F, which is a square with an X. G is a cross that extends outside. And then an X in the middle. H is basically a square with that asterisk in there again. This is 4 lines. Next we have I, which is basically a cross with a square extended. Next we go to J, which is just a square. It's just a cross. And then as you can see, once again, if I flip this aside, or if I flip this upside down, this system is easy to read backwards, or any direction, or any situation the astronauts or the explorers of the universe may encounter. Next we have K, which is basically just an X. Easy. L, which is a square with an X. And then you want this to be symmetrical once again, so it's easy to read in any direction. So you put a square, a bigger square, above it. And as you can see, this is not the easiest, or I mean, this is not like the most efficient writing system, but it's very, very helpful when the astronauts are upside down and they have to read manuals and operate controls and everything. Next we go to M, which is once again those two squares, and then you have the X again, but it goes through both of the squares. KLM. Next you have N, square, two lines, and then you just put a dot in the center for each one of the triangles. So you can read upside down once again. Then you have O, which is also a cross. But then you just put the dots on the outside instead of the inside. And you have P, which is basically a diamond. And I ran into some issues earlier on the rough drafts with the diamonds. And I'll actually show you one of the rough drafts. Or the original problem I had with the original rough draft that I had is that basically diagonally the P might look like an E, and so I later changed the P to just have these 4 dots. These 4 dots right there. And then the other thing I did too is with the diamond, the R. Basically the R was originally just a diamond, but then that might look like one on the F diagonally. So just to be safe on the diamond, I added these 4 lines here, this extended 4 lines, so it's easy to differentiate in any direction. So next we have the Q, which is basically a diamond with just extended lines externally. So if you flip it upside down and everything, it's easy to read. And next we have R, which is a diamond with 2 lines just going all the way through it. Or, yeah. Next we have S, which is also a diamond, and 4 external lines, and then we just put a like a T there, or just 4 extra lines to make it easy to differentiate. So then this is S. Now I went through a couple rough drafts of T, but since T is a common letter in the English alphabet, it's basically just a blank circle, and then easy to read. Then next we have U, which is basically kind of like a compass for directions. Once again. This is a suggestion to NASA. Hopefully the astronauts will use something like this in the future. Next we have a V, which is basically just the same thing with 4 triangles. So this is V. Then I went through a couple rough drafts through W as well, because it was the same as another letter. So I just changed it to this 4 lines with these 4 ends. Let's see, W. Next we have X, which is just an asterisk, I guess. And then a Y. Y was originally a hexagon in my original rough draft, but I thought that was too complicated to draw and everything. So basically, it's just a square with a circle. WXY. And next we have Z, which is which is a square with just 4 external lines. And then, there we go. That is how to write in the Intergalactic Space Code. It was very helpful for early explorers. If I wrote a book, I might use this one. But as you can see, this is easy to read backwards in any direction and stuff. Then I have some examples here. I wrote down, like, caution, for example, like when astronauts need to operate complex controls, or like red alert, hot, all that stuff. Basically, as you can see, it's still easy to read, and even if you turn it upside down, it's still easy to read backwards. So caution, red alert, yeah. Anyways, this is just a cool Conlang that I wanted to show you guys, and hopefully maybe in the future they might use something like this when they start to explore space for like years or months at a time. And this Nation Without, signing off. Bye everyone.